What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and in this video we're taking a look at proposal 3568 and the implementation onto the mainnet. What's the date you need to have in your mind? And also we're going to take a look at the price action and everything that's going on. So if that's something you like the sound of and you're a lunatic and in the Lunar Classic Army, please subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up if you like this content, and let's jump into it. So we saw a pretty heavy sell earlier on in the day. Earlier on in the week, 20th. So a couple of days ago, we did see a significant sell, and we have seen that in the market in general. Likewise, over the last couple of hours, we've seen Bitcoin drop down 22.6. But Lunar Classic did go underneath that zero, but has taken it back with some level of force. We can see the volume at 227.146 billion, 10011, clinging on to that price as we record this video. Now, the interesting couple of bits we've got now, Zaradar, one of the developers over at Lunar Classic, talking about the implementation of the burn tax. And he says, I think the release should be ready within a week, maybe even before then. Someone's, loyal says sounds good. I did a test yesterday on Rebel 1 via main, so that's the mainnet. So at the moment, I'm just waiting for the other test confirmations to come in from the other team members. So that's all the development team taking this burn tax, coding that we know has been implemented, and running it on the mainnet to see what comes back. But this is big news. I think the release should be ready within a week, maybe even before then. What I actually think they will do is we'll see this implement onto the mainnet, and I think they'll do it stealthily. I think it will just land on the mainnet and no one will really know about it, because if they need to pull it or they need to change anything, it gives them that option to do so. I don't think they're going to make a big hype about it, and that's just something the Terra rebels don't do. But this is as close to it as possible, so we could see this over the next week, if not before, and I think that's going to be pretty huge as some of the numbers start to come out of there. Then we will really see what the potential of Lunar Classic is going to be. Are we going to then really start to see this 1 cent, the $1? Who knows where we're going to get to, because we really will, I think, start to see some big volume. Because anyone over on the Terra 2 chain, we know loads of applications are coming onto Terra Classic. We know that loads of onboarding projects are coming there. And then you add a deflationary mechanism. We talked yesterday about UST getting that deflationary mechanism on there as well. This is going to be huge, I think, for Lunar Classic. One of the other things I wanted to bring, again, just some updates from Zaradar. You can see here, we are in the progress of building up a roadmap, processes, etc. But when you grow by 500% as an organization in 2 weeks, then it will cause a bit of confusion short term. It has to be expected. But we have software devs who work on a daily basis in Fortune 500 companies around the world. So I am confident that we will manage once we are done onboarding the next set of fresh recruits. I would, however, encourage you to try and sign up with operations if you feel like joining the TR movement and applying your expertise and skills to solve the many challenges ahead of us. Think about that, 500% increase in the organization. I love the fact they're called organization in 2 weeks, and big software developers. So if that isn't something that, certainly pricks your interest or certainly makes you want to go and look into this a little bit more, then I think you're missing an opportunity in terms of this. And remember, none of this is financial advice. Do your own research, but there is more and more onboarding of great people, more and more development. The roadmap is going to be coming in the next 5 or 6 days when we get that meeting held on the 27th. So pretty exciting. And then the last thing I wanted to bring, and this is probably a bit of a, disappointment really, but we saw the Lunar, the Terra Lunar Classic token not affiliated with the project launch, and unfortunately it does look like it isn't quite ready, or the coding is certainly questionable. So you can see here the medium risk contract performs differently from what is the project owner's advertised. Such inequality between advertisement and actual performance with leading to unexpected results. For example, a contract deployer may advertise his contract as an auto trading bot, but when users interact with the contract, all the user funds will be transferred to the deployer address. Not recommended to interact with a scam contract. It kind of just goes through, gives you the source code. So if you were thinking about doing it, or you did think that this token was affiliated with the Terra Lunar Classic community, it absolutely is not, and I would advise extreme caution with it. So you can see here that it is the Lunatics coin that they are saying is slow motion rug pull and a scam. So just be careful if you're looking at tokens that are coming out. Really, the only one you need is the LUNC or the Terra Lunar Classic. That is what we're tracking. That's what we're looking at on the charts, and that is the one that the Terra rebels and everyone is building on. So just finally, we'll take a look in the Lunar information, because I always think it's worthwhile. We'll take a look at the top burners again, and I'm imagining Mexi will be up there at the top. So you can see Mexi. This again is from from obviously the continuation of yesterday. But then when we look through the 22nd, you can see some pretty heavy burns coming in. We've got, you know, 2.5 million, another million there, Metagloria, which everyone said wasn't going to happen, but does. So you can see there, you know, 2.5 million, another million there, 100,000. So, and here we are. This is the start of the burns going upwards. So quite a bit coming on. Again, it all continues to go on. When we take a look at the overall supply, we can see here that we are still continuing this downtrend, which is exactly what we want to see. So all pretty exciting, all go with Lunar Classic, more and more to come. But the big news, burns could be live in under a week. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Are you excited for the burns, or do you think it's just a bit of a gimmick? I'll talk to you in the next video.